Hi everyone, TK here on behalf of the RUME Exec Committee and with a subgroup of us who've been making the proceedings. I was asked to make a very short walkthrough on the template document to hopefully making next year's proceedings a little bit simpler. The first thing that will help the most is if you download and use the template document that's linked inside all the materials Sam has shared. That way, if something isn't quite right, it's usually much easier for us to fix things. But I'm going to try to walk through this document in less than 4 minutes just to provide a useful resource. So the first one is to note that the title is in title case, meaning the important words are capitalized and it's not bold or italicized. And then it's centered. We had a little trouble with the authors last year in two ways. One is, let's say we had 5 authors, it would look like this. Notice how below affiliation here, there's this gap line. It's not a blank line, it's built into the template, but there's space between them. So try not to delete that line. And then another one is we had some papers with more than 6 authors. If you're in that situation and you don't know how to handle it, be in touch. But I think we can be flexible about that. The abstract and the keywords, try to notice the indentation and which things are italicized and which things are not italicized. If you use something like first, or if you have something with an exponent, it might break the spacing between the lines, which is okay. But other than that, please try not to play with the spacing so that all the abstracts and keywords at the start of the papers look the same. And then mostly it's just the body of the paper. The thing we had the most trouble with was the headings and the gaps between them. This is a first level heading. Notice that if I click above it, that space is built into this being a heading. Not a blank line, it's built into this first heading, which is bold, centered, and title cased. The second level is bold, title cased, but left align, and the third and fourth are not title case or sentence case, and they are still bold. One of them is italicized, etc. But try to use these carefully so that the places where there should be these built-in gaps that are not blank lines are uniform across the whole system. We had some questions about the acknowledgements at the end. We recommend that you make a version of this paper that is de-anonymized, and then when you're finally ready to submit, then you anonymize so that you know whether or not your acknowledgements are on the fit in the length, that they don't suddenly make the paper too long. I believe we have decided that for posters and only posters, it's okay for the acknowledgements to be on the next page with the references. And that's because the posters are so super short at a single page that acknowledgements, some of which might be required for funding, are okay. But everybody else, please make sure that your acknowledgement fits in the length of your page. And then how would I actually go about using this? So if I were to start here to give myself some fresh lines and I start writing, it'll be in the template, and then I can copy other kinds of pieces and move them around. I've already got some text copied. If I paste it though, it doesn't look right because I wrote it somewhere else. Notice this button here, I'm on a Mac. Yours will look a little bit different on the PC. But if I match the destination formatting from something I copied from somewhere else, now it looks a lot more like what it's trying to look like here. Sometimes, depending on how you're copying and pasting, you may have the ability to do that from a shortcut. So on my Mac, I can do Command-Shift-V, and that'll sort of paste without formatting, which is a nice option when needed. The final issue we've had is Sam gave you this file inside Google Drive, and some of you work inside Google Drive. We've had some issues with conversions back and forth between what Google thinks Words documents do and what Word thinks Words documents do. So just at the end, it's probably best to download it as a Word document, and then when you export it as a PDF, do it from that situation to make sure that everything looks right, because I believe we will need some Word docs at the end for the process. All right, great. Be in touch if you have any questions. Thanks for your work on all of this.